Men chase fire. The world rewards fire. Those who breathe it shape their own destiny. Those words hit me deep, and I want to break it down what they mean. So I had a dream last night, and I've always been connected to my dreams, right? Ever since a kid, I've been connected to my dreams and fascinated with them. And in high school, I even started a dream journal where I would write my dreams out, right when I wake up. That was also one of the ways it helped me to remember my dreams, because I was also into lucid dreaming. And if you're not familiar with lucid dreaming is when you're able to control your dreams. So the dream I had last night wasn't a lucid dream, but it was profound nonetheless and had a message in it. So I woke up and I recorded it. And I recorded it, but I wrote it down. And essentially, I'm here to give the message within the dream. This message came from my mother in this dream. She was healing from her own wounds that she had recently just had sewn, right? Her own scars that she gained experience from. In the dream, she told me, men chase women who breathe fire. But I took that as not just men, people. People chase fire. Fire is a very strong element. It's powerful. It commands attention. It's brilliant colors. It's a very powerful element. In the zodiac, a known fire element or a known fire zodiac would be Aries. Aries has a bold energy. Fire has a bold energy. My mom spoke on this fire in the dream. She said, some people deserve more, even if they aren't worthy. And immediately I'm trying to wrap my head around that, right? How? If they aren't worthy, why do they deserve more? And she said it's because the fire inside them. Interesting, right? So this changed my perspective on success, power, and attraction. Why do some people who don't seem worthy attract and get more than others? That is the question. And it's because of fire. It's because they move with fire. That's why some people who don't seem worthy attract and get more than others. This was just a moment in the dream, and really that was the biggest takeaway, was this quick message that I got from my mother in this dream, who had a loving aura, and she was wearing purple. And if you're familiar with colors and their frequencies and the chakra system, purple is one of the highest frequencies, or really it's the highest color in the chakra elements, representing the crown chakra, right? We're talking about enlightenment, right? We're talking about a connection to something beyond this realm. Purple is a very strong and powerful color. So, I don't know, I've always seen my mother as an angel, right? I've always seen her as someone who just has a pure heart, a very beautiful soul on this earth. And I love my mother very dearly for that. She was always very kind growing up. And it seems like when I'm in a place of healing or just recovery, she pops up, whether it be in a dream or be in real life. I might get a message from her or a call, and it seems to be at like the perfect time. And I'm like, wow, it's just something different about the energetic frequency of a mother and a mother's love, right? So this message I woke up with, and I'm just writing it out and thinking about what it means to me. Let's talk about this, right? Magnetism, electricity, fire. Fire is magnetism. Passion and intensity is magnetism. Why? Passion and intensity is magnetism. Why are people attracting more who don't seem deserving over someone with quiet worthiness? It's because of the energy of the fire, the passion and the intensity. People aren't just drawn to looks and status. People are drawn to conviction, presence, and energy. It's a fire combination, isn't it? We're getting into energy over worthiness. The law of motion. How things move. Because you could be good, talented, even deserving, but if you don't move with passion and intensity, you may not be seen. It's not always about fairness in the world. Not everything's fair, right? That might be the only thing that's fair, is that nothing is fair. Ain't that funny how that works? So we're talking about the fire breathers, those who command life. Men chase women who breathe fire, those who move differently, those who aren't as hesitant, those who aren't as restricted and constrained within their box. A wildfire, and this is actually on theme with the year. Seems like we started 2025 with a crazy fire in LA. A wildfire. Y'all saw how strong that energy was, that fire burning. I even saw videos of like fire. I've never seen a fire tornado. Like that is different. With the wind and everything, the elements is something to be, man. Don't want to mess with the elements. Fire burns, fire spreads. It's passion. It's purifying. It's cleansing in a sense. Right? When a force burns, new things are born. New things are born. And although that was a catastrophic event that cost people their homes and belongings, and it was very sad to see, and I sent prayers up for the people in these fires. There's always a lesson in the things that happen around us. If you pay attention, there's always a lesson you could pull from it. Different perceptions you can take on it. But if you don't embody fire, you may be outshined by those who do. Bringing it back to my overall message here. It seems like in business, relationships, and purpose, fire is the difference maker. When I woke up from this dream, I had to be honest with myself, right? I had to look myself in the mirror and be like, am I moving with fire? Or am I dimming my own fire? Am I dimming my own passion? And that just hit me deep. It's like when you don't accept an opportunity because you don't feel like you're ready. And yeah, I've not accepted opportunities that have came to me because of that. And then afterwards, I didn't feel good. I felt like I was in this comfortable place. It's like I kept my fire. My fire could have burned brighter, but it didn't because I did not accept the opportunity that was presented in front of me. You know what I mean? So this is why this dream is hitting me so deep and why I wanted to make this YouTube video to share it. And it's been a minute since I've spoken on here. So I just want to share this video for anyone that's listening that wants to move with more fire. This is just a a message, me bringing something to your awareness, or maybe helping you remember something. Yeah. Fire. Powerful element. So are you moving with fire? Tell me what's burning inside you. Because if you let it keep burning inside you, you gonna burn up, baby. You gotta let that thing go. You gotta let your fire, you gotta direct your fire, really. Not necessarily let it go, because it's your fire, but you wanna direct that energy. You wanna be like, you've seen the Avatar, you wanna be like freaking Zuko, like Iroh in it. You wanna be a fire bender, bro. You wanna direct your fire, that energy. Fire can also be connected with rage. In Avatar, The Last Airbender, Zuko, he dealt with a lot of internal anger. A lot of it was directed towards his father, because his father, banished him, and he wanted to restore his honor, and he was angry. And then it came to a point he realized he's just mad at himself. He's just mad at himself, really. And that was the deeper lesson. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of my favorite shows. Because even as a kid, I resonated with some of the deeper elements to it. And of course, as an adult, when I watched it again, I was able to dissect it even more. But the fire element is powerful. When you harness it, when you harness that energy, if you're Aries watching this, it may be more natural for you to be bold and have a fiery personality. You just have to cultivate that energy. You just have to use that energy and bend it to your will, essentially. If you feel unseen, unheard, and overlooked, it's not about fairness. It's not always about fairness, right? But how much fire are you moving with? How much fire are you bringing to the table? Think about that. Are you breathing fire into your life, or are you waiting for someone else to hand it to you? Drop in the comments, what's your fire? What is your fire? And how are you stepping into it? Fire is energy, movement, and transformation. It doesn't wait. It burns, it spreads, and it consumes. And this year, 2025, is the year of transformation. We are going through a full cycle. When you look at the numbers, 2025, add up 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5. This is the breakdown on numerology. In numerology, you can look at numbers. And each number in numerology means something, right? It's 2025, right? The year of 9. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. 9 is the largest number in existence, right? It's not a million, a trillion, a billion, whatever. Gazillion. 9 is the largest number in existence, because after 9, you go back to 1. You go back to 0. 10, right? But 9, there's no number past 9. 1, 0, then you go to 11, you go to 12, you go to 13, you go to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, then it goes back to 2. 2, 0. 9 resets the cycle. Fire. That's why it was so symbolic in the beginning of the year when the fire was burning. And, I don't want to say it without the, I had a lot of empathy and sympathy for the people that went through the fires in LA, Palisades and everything. Like, there was other fires too. And sent prayers up. But also look at the other message in life and nature and the elements and how we are living in this universe right now. Everything I feel is connected, and there's messages and things. So I had to look at fire itself being a purifying element. Thinking about the law of motion and its connection to it. The law of motion is momentum, action, and force. Right away, you can see the connection between fire and the law of momentum. Fire is a force to be reckoned with. Man, look at the way everything works out. Fire also equals presence. Fire can't be ignored. You can't ignore fire. If you burning, you ain't gonna ignore that. I ain't ignoring no fire burning me, bro. That's why when a kid touches a stove, he knows not to touch the stove again. He knows not to go near that fire. He knows. Fire equals motion. Fire is always flickering, moving, expanding, and adapting. And fire also equals power. It creates, it destroys, and reshapes everything that it touches. It burns things down on a chemical level. Fire also equals attraction. Fire equals attraction because people are drawn to warmth, passion, energy, intensity. So when you look at the people who command life, they all have this fire in them. They move with an undeniable presence and they draw people in, no matter where they go. That is the beauty of fire. I love the element. Newton's first law of motion states an action at rest stays at rest. An action in motion stays in motion unless acted on by an external force. This law from Newton, this applies to everything. Success, your ability to attract opportunities, relationships, people, money, power, all that goes into the law of motion. Here how it relates to fire. If you are still, you remain unseen. Fire is always flickering. It's always moving. It's expanding. If you are waiting, hesitating, or overthinking, you are at rest, since you're not moving. The world does not reward those who wait. It rewards those who move. Once in motion, momentum builds. Fire spreads on its own once it catches. The hardest thing about the fire is igniting it. But when those flames get going, it connects to why the rich get richer, why the famous stay relevant, and why the confident continue to attract more. Those who burn with intensity command attention. Fire, it doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't beg because it can't be ignored. As a kid, I've always been a quiet kid. I'm not going to say I've been the most fiery kid and always had this. No, I was actually the opposite of what all this fire I'm speaking right now. Like growing up, I was very quiet. I was in the background. I didn't even want to be seen. I didn't want any spotlight on me. I didn't want to be in front of the cameras. That was me growing up as a kid. So when I speak all this, I'm not saying, oh yeah, this is me. This is exactly who I am. No, these are things I'm just learning and observing, and messages I'm also receiving. Downloads, you could say, right? Cause yeah, I never really liked to talk much, but I always thought deep on things. If you want to be seen, heard, and respected, you gotta move with some fire, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move with some fire. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta move with the fire. What is your fire? You gotta build that momentum. You gotta get things going. You gotta let the fire catch on and let it spread and move. Because if you burn with passion, The world got to take notice. The formula for power is fire and motion. This is why those who don't seem worthy still get ahead, because they burn with energy and they move with force, with fire. How do you apply this to your life? Stop waiting and start moving. Action creates the momentum. You also have to build intensity. Your presence, your passion, your energy dictate attraction. You want to burn bright, but you also have to control your flame. Fire that rages out of control burns out, because over the years I've had a lot of friends that dealt with fire. They had a very fiery personality, fiery energy. A lot of it was rage. It was anger. I had a lot of friends that have dealt with anger issues, and maybe they didn't direct that energy how they should have. And that's why I always, when I meet people and they tell me, like, sometimes they deal with anger, or that's one of the bigger issues growing up, or that's something they're currently dealing with, the fire, I tell them, bro, that energy, that rage, that anger you are feeling, you gotta direct that, because you are a warrior. That's warrior energy. That fire. Not the animals messing up the. Hold on. Okay, I think the dogs are done barking. My train of thought. Yes. So if you're someone that may have anger issues, or dealing with just like rage, or you're just getting angry all the time, and you have to learn to direct that energy, because that's warrior energy, bro. Like that's powerful energy you got going on inside you. But you have to put that into a space where you can channel it into something productive to build momentum for yourself, because that fire is beautiful, bro. Because not everyone's burning with that much fire, and the fact that you have it. But if you're taking it out on the world and using it to harm people and hurt others, it's not doing good. That karma is not coming back to you good. It's got to be controlled and centered in something. And then after you're able to center that energy and channel it, look at yourself, look at your life, look at how you're going to build momentum from that fire, that anger and rage. It's like when you're angry and you go to the gym, you do boxing, you work out. You're building muscle now, you're building momentum, you're building strength inside yourself, and it's also discipline. So it's like you have to discipline that fire and that energy you're feeling, right? So it's not about dimming your light, it's just about directing your light. That's what it's about. That's would be my advice to people who are dealing with those feelings of anger a lot, because that's a heavy energy. It's fire, bro. It's fire. Fire, it could consume you. Rage can consume you. All that energy can consume you if you don't know how to channel it properly. So that's what I gotta say about that. You know what I'm saying? In my life, people who have had anger issues, who I'm friends with, usually I'm like the calm, chill dude. People can talk to cool down and stay grounded in the perspective. And I like being able to do that for others. Being able to give them just a cool perspective, because I think everybody needs a chill person around them to calm them down, or help them just see things differently. I think that's always a good thing to have. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the chill friends out there. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got a purpose. Everybody got a reason. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got something going on. This video is already longer than I thought. Like, I was like, oh, I want to make a 10-minute video. And then I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is longer than like 20 minutes right now. I'm like, dang, what the heck? Because I be feeling like, dang, can I make a 10-minute video? what am I about to say? Then I speak for like freaking 20 minutes. Like, what the heck? But yeah. So, takeaways. Power equals fire, and momentum, motion. Success does not chase stillness. Or people don't chase stillness. People don't chase stillness. They chase fire. They chase undeniable energy, passion and heat. So if you want to command opportunities, respect, and influence, you got to start moving with fire, my guy. You can't wait to be noticed. You got to set yourself on fire. You got to set yourself ablaze and let the world take notice. Fire. Some of my anime fans may recognize that. If you've seen Full Metal Alchemist, I was the flame alchemist. You know what I'm saying? How he started his fires. And he was one of the strongest alchemists just because he's able to, boom. And he's burning and fire he's able to control where that fire is. And that's somebody that's mastering his own element. Shout out to Mustang. Are you burning bright enough to shape your reality? That's the real question. What's burning inside of you?